What's up, fight fans? This is Curtaville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders has stated that Canelo Alvarez really didn't want the fight with him in the first place. That's why he gave him all kind of hula hoops and obstacles. Now, it's an interesting thing to hear Billy Joe say that, and he may have a point. I think Canelo Alvarez expects more perks than actual challenges. And it's sad because the amount of things that he wants a person to do, or his team wants another fighter to do, is unrealistic. You know, he either wants to drag you into a fight that you're not prepared for, take a low pay cut, do a rehydration clause so you can't gain a certain amount of weight, but he can. That type of shit. You know, and what it really comes down to with Billy Joe Saunders, I think Billy Joe wasn't taking just anything, and he was right not to. Because see, had he took those type of concessions by Canelo Alvarez, those concessions alone gives Canelo enough edge, on top of him being already a top class fighter, the edge to beat anybody. That's what they do. And my thing is, it angers me because at the end of the day, why would you want to give so many concessions to things that are not an advantage to the fighter that you're fighting? It seems like you would want to challenge yourself and give your fighter every possible positive opportunity to fight you. And he's clearly not doing that. And that's one of the things that I hated about Canelo Alvarez and his team, because they're always trying to find a way to fuck over somebody or give someone a crutch or a disadvantage to the point where it's going to affect their fighting ability. You know, so it's easy for Billy Joe Saunders, and it's understandable for him to say, well, you know what, maybe Canelo didn't want the fight anyway, because a lot of times Canelo tries to do these certain things and tries to see how much he can bend a fighter to his will. That's all it really is, and that's what it amounts to. Now, the question is, will he be able to do that same thing without Oscar De La Hoya? Because you know, of course, big brother Oscar was behind that shit. He was behind all that. He wasn't for the Lotta fight. That's why he didn't want a Lotta rematch. Those type of things happen. I had a dream, actually, that he signed to fight Lotta again, which would probably be a bad idea now. But anyway, just, you know, sharing that and throwing it in there. I think at that point, Oscar gave him those opportunities because Oscar lived vicariously through Canelo in certain fights. See, Oscar, if he could, he would have went to 160 then 168, but he got shut down at 160. Okay, so he knew, I can't go up no more. Okay, that's why he's contemplating coming back to the sport and fighting at 154, because he knows he can't compete at those higher weight classes. Something about those higher weight classes scares the shit out of Oscar De La Hoya. Okay, so whereas he didn't do, he looks to Canelo. So what he also does is he tries to pamper or pacify Canelo with all these damn concessions that give you the false sense like, damn, Canelo, do you really want this fight? Because it shouldn't be that hard. It's either the concessions or no fight at all. So that it kind of tells you and it puts you in the mindset that Billy Joe's thinking like, hey, well, maybe this motherfucker don't even want to fight me. Maybe he doesn't want to fight me. Maybe he's just doing this to see if I won't do it because it's so outlandish, right? And unreasonable and not appropriate. So he can pick those easy fights. Because if action speaks louder than words, right? What did Canelo do when he didn't get the Callum Smith fight the first time, or the Billy Joe Saunders fight after the negotiations? He tried to get a cat that some other dude beat, that just got beat. Did he have any concessions for him? No. So Billy Joe Saunders might have a point. You guys tell me what you think about what Billy Joe Saunders said about Canelo Alvarez. Did Canelo Alvarez truly want to face Billy Joe Saunders? Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.